Hello everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. Today, I'm going to share with you a recipe, and I think this will go down in the books for me as one of the simplest recipes ever. And I'm saying simple in comparison to the delicious treat that you're going to get, the net result. This is called a banana pecan ice cream, and it's ice cream that you can eat immediately. You don't have to put it in the refrigerator. As a matter of fact, if you do, it may harden. So this is kind of a just in time. The other reason why I love this recipe is that we're not adding any sugar. We are actually only going to be using the banana to make the sweetness. And so a caveat about the banana, make sure the banana is a well-ripened banana, okay? Not that it's turned brown necessarily, but it's almost at that point. For those of you that make banana pudding, it would be the kinds of bananas that you would put in the banana pudding, so very ripe. And you need to freeze it. So what I've done here is I have these little Ziploc bags. I'm big for freezing, and I've cut up one banana per bag because I know that one banana will be one person, one serving. And I've sliced these up. Really, I'm gonna say they're about 1/4 of an inch thick. And so you need these frozen. So if you go to the store, you get some ripened bananas, or you just put it aside for a while, let them ripen up. This is going to be wonderful. Again, you will not need any sugar, and that's another beauty, as I said, to this recipe. And it's just got some great things. The other thing I'm going to add to this is actually coconut milk. So if you want to keep it healthy, you're trying to stay away from dairy, use this. You can also use almond milk, or if you are using milk, maybe a 1% or something like that. But this is coconut milk, and it just goes really nicely with the bananas. I also have some nuts, and I've not chopped them up. I'm using pecans. I actually shared this recipe with my sister, and she tends to test out my recipes even before I get them on YouTube, but she used walnuts. I think this would be perfect with pecans, walnuts, even almonds. But what we're gonna do is we're not gonna put this in, and we're gonna make this right in the blender. You all know I love my Vitamix. I use it for almost everything. My sister has a different machine. She has a bullet, and so you can use your bullet. I mean, it's perfect for that. A caution here, particularly with the Vitamix, is you don't want to dial it up in any degree, okay? We're only going to use the chop function on the Vitamix, and I would say the same again with your bullet. So any nut that you want, I'm going with pecans, is a healthier nut, and in terms of the good fat, bad fat. The only other things I'm adding is, and this is per serving, you have 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1/4 teaspoon for the vanilla. Again, that's for one, if I were doing one. Now, I've actually doubled my recipe because guess what? I have a household of 2. So I've made not only some for myself, but for my husband. So I've doubled the recipe. The other thing that I would say, and again, this is going to go by so quickly, so I thought I'd kind of get everything out in the open up front, is I found that it uses a little less than 1/2 cup of your milk. Now, here's what you're going to have to do in terms of gauging it. I don't know what size your banana is, and not all bananas are equal size. So if it's a larger banana, you might need the full 1/2 cup for one serving. I tend to put in less than is needed to start me off, and then I'll add a little bit more if I need it, okay? So that would be my recommendation. Don't pour it all in at one time. If you're doing one serving, go just a little under 1/2 cup. Put that in, and then if you need the rest, you can pour it in, okay? And we're going to make sure when this, you'll see the texture because I'll serve it, you will see that it's just like ice cream, okay? Like a soft serve ice cream. And it is so, so delicious and is guilt-free, quite honestly, because I've added no added sugar, as you can see here, and all healthy stuff. So let's go in and get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my frozen bananas and I'm going to put it in the blender as such. Put this out on the side. I'm going to then add my spices that I have. So I've got my nutmeg and my cinnamon, and for me, of course, I've put in a half a teaspoon a piece because I'm doing 2. And then I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of vanilla. And again, you can certainly do whatever if you're only doing 1 serving. And hey, maybe you want to try just with 1 at first, just to make sure it's something you like. I cannot imagine you not liking this recipe, quite frankly. So here I have a cup. I'm not going to put in the whole cup, remember, because I don't know kind of what's the deal with the size of the banana, and I want to make sure I do what's right. I'm saving the pecans for last because I really want this to blend up nicely. And one of the things that my sister, we talked about was she cut her bananas in thick pieces. That's going to be harder to crush. So again, make the small slices about 1/4 inch per slice. Put it in your freezer bag, put it in the freezer, and you're good to go. This is going to be so simple. I'm going to kind of turn this on, and it's going to be noisy, so be prepared for that, but you're going to see how fast it goes, okay? So let's go on and turn on the Vitamix and get it going. And I'm just kind of watching the texture. I'm seeing, wow, okay. That looks pretty mixed nicely. Very nice. All right, so what I'm going to do, the reason why I don't put the nuts in first is because I don't want it to make it I don't want it to grind it too fine. I'm using just about a half a cup here. Again, it's up to you how nutty you want it or not. That's where you can make it your own. So I'm going to just put this back on, and it's not going to be in there long because I don't want it fine. I just want it crushed, okay? Guess what? We are done, and we are ready to eat already. That's the beauty of this dish. Again, why I love it so much, as I said. So I want you to see the texture of it, and I'm hoping that you can. You can see it's actually nice and thick. See how I'm pouring it there? And this is just, oh, I tell you what's going to happen when I get off of my Whole30, because I'm still on my Whole30, is I'm going to likely add some dark chocolate mini chips to this dessert because I think that would just take it over the top. So there's still more in here. Obviously, I could have made 3 of these or 2 large cup sizes, but this is just fantastic. Let me go on and get a taste actually of, it's just wonderful. I've made this at least 6 or 7 times, and I thought, okay, it's time to record it. So let's take a taste. So good, so good. I love the fact that I can still crunch on the nuts. Don't put them in too early. Again, you can use a Vitamix, you can use a bullet, any of those options. This is so good. It's really time for me to go because I need to get busy with my banana pecan ice cream. Remember, tune in, subscribe. You can click on my little picture in the circle, subscribe. I come out with new videos every 2 weeks. If you're interested in the Vitamix that I use or even the bullet that I was referring to, check out my comment section. There'll be a link there that'll take you directly to either of those. So thanks again for tuning in. Hope to see you real soon and enjoy this magnificent dish, okay? All right, I gotta go. I've gotta eat. So good.